What's up, guys? Oh, let me switch that. I gotta switch it every day. Come on, guys. CPI data 8:30. So there's really no point of going through charts. We'll go over what happened yesterday. Give you guys some tips and tricks. And just wait for that CPI data. How's everyone doing today? Wait for a few more. Well, let's just see what we're doing. We're just still slowly melting up. Turn off all my indicators. So let's go back to yesterday. We'll just replay yesterday. I'm doing good. A little late getting up this morning. Mom's in town. She signed up for a one-on-one, so you guys should definitely check out my one-on-one service. But let's go ahead and start. And what we did yesterday, I always like to, when I'm looking at this, I always like to pop up right here. Let me turn off my echo. So yesterday we opened up, gave us a pretty solid move up, and then basically just same old, just sideways. It just seems like that's the theme lately. Like one good move to the upside. The only few supply and demands I saw where we had, always mark up, there's your overnight highs, which held pretty well as a support. But our first push up, you can tell this pretty strength candle was a good demand. And from there, we were able to pop down into it and continue up. So that was a good spot to go long at 12.10. I'm not sure why it didn't. Good 26 points. Not the greatest, but nice 26 points there. So that was an hour, 2 hour. Really didn't show it. You can tell in the hour we just had that strong push up, and it gets look, even though it was overnight. So, kind of take that into effect with supply and demand. The overnight session isn't really the strongest, so it possibly can break through that. But decent, that's a decent sized candle right there. That's a good, 26 point candle, pretty strong. Buyers came in at open, pushed up, came back down, touched it, continued up. And then on the 30-minute, we also, from the top side, after that strong push up, you can tell we had a decent sized candle down. The next candle, we were able to come up into it. Strong push down. So we had a supply created here, basically nice engulfing, pushed up, give us another 26 points down. When supply hits, usually supply is created again. So we created a supply here, and it created a push down here. That gave us another 16 points. Good for futures, good for 0 days. But overall, Price action was definitely very, very strange yesterday. These sell candles came in very strong, but they all kind of, you know, I was like, noticing up here, they all kind of came in strong, but they all rebounded. Strong sell candle, but it all volume, it all came back in. It was very, very interesting. Even at the top, these strong sell candles. Those, yes, NQ. If you look at the bigger picture on NQ, pretty simple triangle breakout. We came up, retested, continued up, and look, we came back down and actually retested it and continued up. Right now, we are in this possible last hurrah of a demand of a supply. But pretty much, if you look at your 4 hour, you look at key levels, pretty support, came back down, support, and that's where we broke down. So the main thing was, are we going to keep it as a resistance, or are we going to keep it as a support? Break above. We actually, had some decent, for futures. Every time I got up here was an easy sell. Sellers definitely wanted to hold this area, but end of day, of course, we pushed straight through it. Kind of consolidated down here, broke above, and just slowly melting up. Wish we have a run up to CPI data. A lot of people are, trying to predict CPI data. 4 green days in a row. Expect traps. This one said there's a pattern. The last one was a gap up pre-market. We gapped up the next day, gap down pre-market, gap down the next day, gap down pre-market, gap down the next day, gap down pre-market, gap down the next day. Pretty interesting. Then you can look at previous CPI, but my main thing is just don't try to predict, adapt. That's what I was trying to tell people. Try to just adapt. We're going to have a pretty decent, strong push one way, or depending out. We're going to have a decent, strong push one way or the other, and that's where you create your supply, you create your demand. See if we're able to break any key levels on that supply and demand. Usually pop up like that, or like this. We could go actually let's look at the last CPI, 810. Last CPI data, we just never looked back. And we never really caught bids from it because it was just too late. 12 days. So just one move up and then just like a slowly. It was interesting. Was it 713? We had our decent push down. This is the push down. We slowly creeped up. Remember, market opens, they're gonna try to get more traps. Creep up. There's your move. That's the play I would have been waiting for. A good 1%, 126 points at NQ. 127 times 20, just 240. So that's $2,400 move right there. So this is what I'm looking at today. This is what my goal would be with CPI. Come back to where we sold, pushed, and then continue. I personally think it's going to be down just because of gas prices. Said gas prices are 25% down since the last one. So let's just go through just overall. What happened. Kind of Apple and Amazon leading the way. Taking a big L on my Apple put swingers. Missed my exit, missed my green exit, and now it's just not it's not gonna come back. So, but it's only worth $10.1, so it's no point of selling. Might as well hold. But that's what happens. You miss. I missed it, and that's it happens. But overall, if you go to Apple, you go to your your fib retracement from the lows to the highs, we went 50% basically on the dot. So it was something definitely to watch as an exhaustion to the sell-off. But lately, Apple was late to the party. But now it's really, really turning on. Apple was actually keeping the market up yesterday. If you compare Apple, pretty much Apple compared to the market. Oh, September. Okay. This was the market yesterday, and this was Apple. You could definitely tell. Definitely tell how much strength Apple did. And I think Apple kind of kept the market up a little bit. One of my bots are down. Give me 1 second on that one. But here's Apple. Here's AS. I think we would have been red yesterday. I think if Apple, and then Amazon was another super strength. Gave us super strength. It's nice. I told them about was down. Okay, let's get back to it. For Apple overall, pretty strong. AMD, you know, not 100% sure about the news, but I know Biden was supposed to come out and give more bans to semis in China. Not sure if it's actually happened, but you know, off the bat, chips so definitely super weak. But AMD actually kept previous resistance. You know, this was a support here, resistance, and we held pretty well as a support. But with that news, you know, I'm kind of staying away from that. Amazon, just since it's breakout from that triangle, which I did erase, just really hasn't even looked back. But unfortunately for me, that breakout of the triangle did happen overnight. Caught a little hiccup, previous support, kind of keep pushing up. We're kind of opening in a supply, but you know, if the stock market wants to keep melting up, we are going to keep melting up. Amazon, looks like we're starting to head up to here, which a lot of stocks do have this, these recent highs, a gap down, another base, and a gap down. You know, Google, here's a hit right here in Google, gap down, another base, gap down. This pretty much looks, you know, identical to Amazon, but Amazon's been pushing Google. I was already watching Google over this. Give us a shoot at open. No, nothing really. Google was not good. Meta, super weak at open. Super strong push. Kind of almost rejected this 169 level, which is a key level. You can tell resistance became support here. We broke down resistance, became support, and now we're kind of back at resistance. So keep that on watch. If we're able to break, if the market wants to continue, we're able to break that 169 level, we should definitely see a little decent upsize if we're able to break over this daily consolidation where we had that drop down, push up, and then sellers came in and pushed price down. Microsoft, had to put in this cheap contracts left, but really pretty much here's your resistance, we broke above, kind of use that support, continue up. And right now we're kind of filling in this super strong sell-off candle. Let's see what our volume profile from the highs. You tell we are in this low volume. So if the market does want to push, Microsoft could be a good one to the upside. You know, we do have a resistance here. Resistance. If we go back, this like 274 area, support. We count resistance. We broke above, tested support. So that's kind of where we had our hiccup. So, you know, Microsoft up to that level. If the market wants to continue that way, we're kind of at a limbo. I think everyone's waiting for that sell-off. Kind of what happened with me is I kind of loaded for the sell-off. We haven't hit it yet. But, you know, I'll keep loading for it. And when that sell-off happens, I'll make money. So that's the main thing. Apple or NVIDIA. A lot of people want to play this gap fill. It's like kind of gapping up. But, you know, overall NVIDIA caught, you know, created a nice base. This is what you want to see in a stock. It's a nice base. We're able to keep these super lows right here. You know, we were able to keep these extreme lows after a huge sell-off. You can tell people want to start buying the dip. A couple people asked me long-term NVIDIA. I was like, I'm staying away from it. just because of the news. News just hurts. But you could tell we broke over. Sellers came in normal. See, sellers came in strong here. You could tell how we had like a few little hiccups here. Of course, we're gapping above it, broke above it overnight, which usually that's how it seems. And Tesla, man, I dropped that ball big time. That 280 level, support, resistance. We got in 285 calls here last week. So beautiful test of it, continuation up. Since that test of that 280, up 9%. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab my my laptop. In the meantime, you guys hit that like button. If you guys aren't subscribed, if you guys can subscribe, that'd be awesome. They should be right behind you. Hi. Hey, out. Out. That's her. All right, we back. 7 minutes left. Are you going to trade a future? I'm going to, but the main thing is don't do market orders. You have to do limit orders, or you're going to get screwed. So don't do any market orders because you'll see the bid and the ask are wide, so you definitely want to keep away from the market. But yeah, I'm gonna try to catch the momentum on micros, and I'm not doing minis. I'm doing micros, so MNQ. I might do like a maybe like a sell here or buy in here just to catch that little. We break over at buy, sell here. We break below, but not going heavy. I don't. It's just very, 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 very risky. Hopefully I could get it open in time. Should have had to set up. 3 minutes. I just can't get connected. Connect, come on. I'm probably not gonna connect in time. Price is acting really strange right now. All right, there we go. I'm not connected, so there's a with the 4175 down. So we're down big on CPI. CPI, here we go. Wow. Wow. They don't have bid and asks for stuff. CPI was up. Yeah, 8.3, expected 8.1. So his 2-minute candle is down 85 points. Wow. Fed swap shows 75 basis point hike for September fully priced in. So CPI hasn't peaked. Yep. CPI went up. Oh, I gotta. Oh, I went long on my sim account on soybean. Sorry, I should have all this set up and I don't. Soybeans, what? CS. Long right here. So let's see what the bid and ask are on these things. Sorry, this is very unorganized for me right now. All right, so ES kind of just catching a little relief. A relief bounce from our only kind of our only red candle in the stretch of 10 is what we called that relief bounce. I wonder what that soybean would have been. I need to look up on what that was been. Soybean had like one of his craziest days, one of his best days. Odds of 100 BPS rate hike has hit 23%. What's up, CJ? So let's see if I would have bought that right here. If I would have been wicked out quick. That's why it's always risky. So um, we just kind of had like a slow melt up, and then there we go. There's that down. So things we're looking at today is possibly a recovery back up because always play different at market open. As you do, and always play different market open than normal because how the market actually reacts is going to be completely different. I am short. I'm gonna pop some of this up on my charts today. This is I got the new update. This is not trading related, but we got the new update. Oh, parameter not type. Oh, I'm gonna paste. Oh. Hold on, I'll be right back. My mom's asking me what feed Brennan. Hold on. He does. He gets in the car. All right, we back, guys. Sorry. Too big. Oh well. Okay. So yeah, my mom's in town, so she's feeding my little guy. So I'm pretty sure every stock turn big red. Yep. Or you get out of my shorts. Maybe like $70. Or some Apple, Big Red, AMD. These things are done. Dunzo. I'm over AMD. Amazon. So if you just want calls, sorry. Unless they're SQQ calls like I did. 43. I think we have 45. We have 43.5. Oh, we're in the money. So I asked me yesterday, 50% down. I'm like, the other thing is you supply and demand, you gotta, I mean, those trending days are really hard. I tell people trending days are probably my worst days because we just melt up. We don't really pull back. Yesterday was kind of like the only, we had a pullback here and then we had a pullback here, which started our push up. So it's kind of like the only kind of pullbacks we've had through the through that whole push, and one play here, one play there. But then on the higher time frame, you're looking at where did we reject? Pretty much reject that daily supply right here. So I started looking right here where we have kind of this 2-day supply. That's what we gotta do. If we don't reject here and we keep pushing up, I'm gonna start doing puts here. I'm looking for supply to supply. We just keep pushing up, with these swings. What I like to tell people with swings is like you kind of try to make your losses back on your day trades. We're down on all these swings. Oh, someone send me a friend request. But I think it's a fake profile. Where is he? $8101. Like I did exit my shorts when I did because they're kind of slowly creeping up. We do have that huge, strong, imbalanced candle now. Right here. So what I always do is take the fib of it. It's backwards, of course. Take a fib 40, 50 we're holding. And I think, I mean, if we get a sell, I think this is the chance they have for sellers to come in. You know, they have the news. You know, that slowly melt up. You know, you can just tell sellers aren't really strong. They're just kind of chilling. You know, just hanging out on the sideline, and that's something you kind of want to watch. You know, because they had no reason that, you know, if they think the price is going to go up, it's going to continue to go up. You know, there's no point of buying. No point of starting your shorts, you know, down here, right here. If they, you know, if they know CPI is coming up, they possibly, the sell will come here. Of course, they know way better than any of us what's going to do. See, the bid and ask, Brad, are $11 off on NQ. That's something you're always going to want to watch. ES is about even. So the main thing today, guys, if you guys can hit that like button, sorry, you guys can subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to get a ton of subscribers on here. I need to go through my other Google accounts and subscribe to. If you guys have alternate accounts, that'd be awesome too. Break the numbers. But the main thing to do is, are we going to able to, you know, we're kind of catching on decent base down here. Kind of inverted head and shoulders. See if that happens, or we're going to continue down. But overall, the main thing is, are we going to continue to sell off, or our market maker is going to push the price up to where they want to continue the big sell off? Because the news was obviously bad. CPI did go up. CPI hasn't peaked, which is crazy with gas prices being down a lot. You know, gas prices are pretty decent right now. So see, we didn't make a new low here. Oh, where's my mouse? Okay. The main thing is we kind of need a new low right here. You know, let's look at the market profile of what's happening. You tell you tell a little volume here, basically nothing. So you got your volume here, volume here. SPY down to 403. We have this 4260, which, you know, this was a sell. This dark pool level was a sell that we actually gapped up above it. Which I thought we'd catch a little issues. So main thing on SPY I'd watch is this previous triple top that we had. I thought we would catch a little issue selling. But see if we test it as kind of as a support. But this was a sell right here. So this is just a big liquidity area. Let's see our from our low to our high. You know, look at if we break here, you know, we have basically no volume down to 400. So, you know, we'll see 400 pretty quick on SPY. That's gonna end it for me today, guys. Remember, when market opens, it's gonna react a lot different than what we're doing right now. The sell continues. Congratulations for people who loaded my puts. But pretty much, you can tell SPY right here, pretty much tagging that supply, that daily supply on the point. Here's the day, 24 hour shows you extended. You can tell pretty much almost on the dot, tag that supply. Look at this huge sell off. So appreciate you guys. You know, I can't really go over any other charts because CPI data kind of destroyed. So just watch. You know, main thing, go to your hour candles are going to close. You know, watch your supplies at your hour candles. You know, a good time. You know, I love the risk reward if we're able to come back up here and sell off again. I love the risk reward to grab puts here. You keep your stop loss just a little bit higher. Amazon, grab puts around here if we're able to recover back up here, and keep your stop loss like just a little bit tad higher, because if you look at it, we had this one candle moved 3%. There's no way every sell order got filled up here. There's not enough liquidity up here. So the main thing is to come back up here to this liquidity zone where sell orders are, and then continue to sell off. So I made a good $500, Brad. But appreciate you guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys that are in here every day. Brad, appreciate you so much. Tubbs, Cedric for talking, chatting. You know, I'm not giving up on this, even though it doesn't seem like it's a very, to me, it doesn't seem like it's very successful, these pre-market shows. But you know, I like to just come up here and talk out loud compared to just charting away on my own. So I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great day. Yeah, you can't do market. You have to like right click on the chart. I made $230 on each account, on 2 accounts. The other one I sold early for only $50, but I'm already above 53.